Welcome back to Let's Play Sword of the Stars with me, Get Daved. So, we've got an incoming, or a fleet going to attack mine enemies at Cytine, common battleground. Huh. I'm kind of tempted not to sim this one. Let's watch it. I want to see it. I'm going to just send in the Bombardier and just see how it does. Because I have a feeling it might be able to wipe out this colony, this pathetic colony, in one shot. Fun fact about the Zuul, like their whole species design is based around leaving like waste and uselessness in their path. Any world they have colonized loses 10 resources per turn permanently. Fun fact. They don't believe in sustainable development. Alright, which one to use the Bombardier? You go all the way. Yeah, you guys, you kind of hang back a little bit. And now let's just crank up the speed. Watch him do his thing. Oh, they're probably going to get missiled to death before he gets close enough to shell it. Heavy drivers do a tremendous amount of damage. Well, all drivers do a tremendous amount of damage. There's one special upgrade you can get, which goes on a destroyer. Yeah, I don't know if we've got enough firepower for right now. Everybody in! I really don't want this place to be around in one turn. Well, maybe. Maybe he'll do it. I shouldn't have doubted you, Bombardier. There we go. There's one special heavy driver. They're falling pretty easily now. This game typically has a lot of back and forth, but in my opinion, very rarely do you get victories that come this quickly. I guess a bit of a product of the Hivers are doing really well at establishing their network, and we got an early push in on the Lear, which really helped. Because, and actually, I played one test version of a game like this before, and I actually had a much more favorable start. There were a lot of planets that had a climate hazard of less than 100 nearby me, like 3. So instead of, like, imagine if I had colonized all of these. Imagine this colony's size with those one's resources. Anyway, and it made for a much easier everything. Looks like there were some reinforcements or something. Either way, problem solved. I have a bit of an interest in colonizing up there, so we'll build a colonizer. And we'll just leave it at that.
We will have those ships out in no time.
Some people were commenting on the voices in this game, how they all sound like bad, like Star Trek ripoffs.
System update.
The humans are the best sounding. I gotta tell you that right now. Everyone else is worse. You can think about that if you want. And tremble. Think about that and tremble. We're gonna crank the infrastructure here too, because it does seem like it is helping them develop a little faster. There's a bit of a cost associated with having a really huge population. Yeah, I'll fight this one. There's a cost associated with having high population on a high environmental or climate hazard world, but as long as you keep terraforming open a little bit, you'll be okay. As I've mentioned before, there's 2 other expansion packs to this game. One adds I'm playing with Born of Blood and whatever the name of the one that comes before it is. I can't remember right now. There's two more, A Murder of Crows and Argos Naval Yard. I can't speak to the quality of either one, but Murder of Crows sounds cool. It adds another species, which is just, I think they're the Swarm in this one, that they're just like a random enemy encounter. They had the Marigi as a race, which are like really, they seem to have really good technology and stuff. So, you know, really good technology is cool, right guys? I'm not sure how their propulsion works, as I have not played the expansion. They've got some satellites. I thought they had destroyers and stuff. Maybe I didn't look at the summary closely enough. Platforms do not take a lot of punishment, all things considered, just because of their lack of different modules to be destroyed. To take out a destroyer cruiser, you have to kill 2 out of 3 modules. Dreadnoughts need all 3 taken out. If you only have 1 module, it's a lot less damage. Look at that point defense ship. Every single time it misses, it suffers. You can see the green blasts coming out of my little Plasmodium ship, or the Bombardiers too, I guess. 5 point defense. Plasma cannons, I don't know. They're not as accurate as lasers, but they're a good alternative to the traditional cannon. Not as good at bombarding, of course, but well, you can't always have it all. Generally speaking, I would recommend taking out all platforms first. Your ships they'll take care of bombarding the planet with their leftover weapons. Don't worry about that. I think once those missiles... Okay, the missiles aren't going to hit. And I'm just going to put on the fast forward now, which is a lovely feature. Looks like they're starting to do some damage to Merrick. Should get this one just as it swoops by, I think. Well, maybe not. That was probably more than I should have devoted to it. And it looks like we're doing environmental or population damage at a high enough rate that we'll be able to finish this place off pretty quickly. I wish all the different gauges meant different things, but I'm pretty sure they're just randomized to look like even a sound wave or something. There we go. Combat's not over because they still have platforms, and those platforms will still be active, even though the colony is destroyed.
Sir, we have an incoming bogey.
Where? Oh, there. Unfortunately, everybody's out of fuel, so we have to just sit there and take it. Take it like a champ. Colonizer's on its way, so it can help out. Looks like they've got a colony there, everybody. You can build a colonizer or two. Build a whole bunch, actually.
Construction order placed, Commander.
And yonder... Let's check our colony's development again. .07. I'm very excited about that. They're getting to the magical point. 5 damaged destroyers. No need for my attention. I'm running an empire here. I can't be bothered with every petty squabble. Ooh! Unknown menace came to my homeworld. I hope they don't raise it.
Update.
Research successfully completed,
Well,
sir.
I could only simulate the battle, and now it's over, and I see no difference. I guess my resources have gone up. Maybe I got hit by an asteroid. Oh, unknown menaces. Phasers are actually really nice. They're medium-sized beam weapons. There's also a point defense version of the phaser, which you can just desperately hope you get if you have no other terribly dependable anti-missile anything. Which we're kind of close to having. We got point defense, which is the best one, but no deflectors,
Full funding received, sir.
no emitters.
Thank you.
And I guess we'll just wait one more turn here.
System update.
Planning area
Okay,
prep
next
for
turn
comms.
everybody will have all their fuel back, and then we can move on to Kekaralta, which is twice as fun as it sounds. I know you find that hard to believe. Alright, this is nice. 52 terraforming points in one turn.
System update.
So the pie will dramatically be changing shape very shortly. Well, maybe not dramatically, but I don't see how a pie can change shape dramatically anyway. Poor choice of words.
Engines to power, aye.
And I will probably be using America as a bit of a launching point for everything else now. Zedmore. I can colonize it. I'm not gonna... well... I was gonna say I'm not gonna bother just because of the stage of the game we're in, but... because, like, if you're the Tarkas, you're pretty screwed at this point. Our research is over budget, that's disappointing. If you have lower research, I'm pretty sure it randomizes every turn once you get to a certain point. So if you are researching at lower levels or going after really hard to get research technologies, I'm just gonna sim this battle.
System update.
Research
You tend to go
successfully completed, sir.
under budget more often. Just because there's more random chances to get it done ahead of schedule. And likewise, when you're cleaning up on, like, technologies that only take, 2 or 3 turns to research, you tend to go over budget more. At least that's been my experience, and I think it's because of the random rolls. I'm gonna go for heavy combat lasers, just on the off chance that you can see them.
Full funding received, sir. Thank you.
You can't build the Sword of the Stars without those. The Sword of the Stars is a human dreadnought with a lot of guns on it. Looks like we might actually not succeed here.
System update.
Getting somewhere, but they might need a little help. And you know what? I'm just gonna send it.
Fleet moving out.
System update.
You can see the drastic reduction in our colony maintenance now that we're starting to get these things fully developed all on their own, standing on their own 2 legs.
Construction order placed, Commander.
I'll do the usual of building. I always like to at least stock up on just light defense platforms. Mediums I usually save
Shipyard.
if it's a place
gearing
that
up.
frequently gets invaded or even is at high risk of being invaded. And we'll just move these ships to a slightly more convenient location. And I'm gonna leave this place unprotected. Any unknown menace? No. No.
Canceling
Just in
command.
case there's an unknown menace, we'll keep a small fleet there. And that's it for this video. Next video, we might be getting pretty close to wiping these guys out. I'm a little surprised at how fast and well things are going. But yeah, we'll talk more about that later.